This is a new build of the electrostatic detector from recent videos, and this one features blinking lights. Several lights there that do a really great job of display of the electrostatic ranges. I'll put a link now at the bottom of the screen to the GitHub page where you can find the firmware for the Arduino, the full circuit diagram, pictures and other details. Now, let's go indoors and have a closer look. First of all, a quick tour of the new design. Then I'll show you it running, and then we'll do a couple of tests with it from questions asked by viewers of the previous videos. So what we have at the bottom here is an Arduino Nano microcontroller, an SSD 1306 screen, a pair of pots 10K and 2K, then there's a speaker for the output of the sound, which, incidentally, here's the other one from the headphones that I took these from. They're just over the ear headphones, 1990s, early 2000s, somewhere like that. In fact, that microphone there is from the microphone part of those headphones. So yeah, they were PC headphones I just took apart. Now, we've got the shielded wire that comes up to the detector section, which now you can see that it's joined by these 5 LEDs up here. We've got the red, the blue, the green, the yellow and the white, and then here is another LED, and that one denotes negative numbers. So if the receiving is of negative numbers compared to when it was first switched on and calibrated, then that blue light will come on. Here's the new full circuit diagram, which you can find on the GitHub page. So now let's boot it up. When I switch on the power bank, you'll see a light test and a sound test. That's while it's calibrating, so here we are. There we go. So it's booted up and started. We'll try this outdoors with the high voltage lines in a minute, but here's the microwave test that I've shown before, but now you'll be able to see lights reacting as well. So bring it a bit nearer. And there we go. Yeah, bringing it slowly nearer, and away it goes like that. So a really good visual in my opinion. Also we've got the sound, and also we've got the numbers at the bottom there on the screen. Now another thing is, as soon as I've come out onto this deck, all the readings have changed immediately because of the different environment. It's now showing 57 down there. Unfortunately it looks like it's flickering on the camera, but it is actually solid. So what you have to do is to reset, recalibrate depending on the environment you're in. So I'll go down these steps now and recalibrate when I'm on the grass. Okay, on the grass, so now recalibrate. Again we'll get the test. Okay, and now, yes, much better, it's in the 20s instead. Just got the red light on there because we're above 20 on the screen and on the readings. Interestingly, now that we're between the house and the electric lines, so there's nothing really around, it's 17 below what it was when I reset it over by the house. So yeah, the blue light is on. So righto, let's go and have a look at these lines. Okay, here are the lines, about 50 feet away, 15 meters. Let's have a look at the screen if we can see it. It is quite bright. Oh yes, so we've now gone into the positives. If I walk forwards, we should see that increase. Yeah, it is doing. And the lights are starting to show. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I can see those lights very well as well, even with this bright light. Let's see what happens. Let's go forward more. Yep. You can see those come on. And there we are, we're pegging out with the high readings. And right underneath these lines, you can hear the beeping, the frantic beeping. You can see that the numbers are about plus 300, and the new feature, the lights, they're all on, and I can see those in this bright light. Right, let's go indoors now and check out these questions that people have asked, and I can do some experiments to answer them. Now that we're back indoors, let's have a look at a couple of these questions that people have been asking. And the first one has been about JFETs and MOSFETs. I've got a K117 there on the right, so let's put that in place of the microphone and see what happens. Here it is with the K117 on there and the 2.4 GHz aerial. Now, speaking of which then, here's our internet router. Do we get anything? Well, I've got to go a bit close. Oh, we do. We do. All the way around it, actually. That's kind of interesting. And this is the usual acid test. Well, yes, we have to get quite close. About the same as to the router. But then it fires off. So it will work, one of these K117s. Yeah. Yeah, and increases. Yeah. We're about, I'd say, 6 inches away, something like that, from the microwave. And it's starting to really increase. So that does work out pretty nicely. It's different. And this, of course, is a different microphone itself, but the same type, an electric condenser. But with a little antenna sticking out the side, that's not too bad. Yes, there's a bit of an improvement. Now here's a question from Heartbloke, who's wondering about putting a tube on the end of the microphone. Would it make it directional again, like the original breadboard circuit did with its, well, seemed to do, with its piece of foil that went around the back? Now, I struggled for ages trying to find a tube that's the right size. I tried to cut down an AA, that ended up too big. So I've cut down a AAA, and you wouldn't believe how flexible this zinc stuff is. Well, it's not quite round, but it will go quite neatly on the end of there. And before we take it outside to the power lines, I'll try it under there. I have tried to cover the back as well, so we're just getting the front. That'll be where anything will be coming in. So here we are outdoors. I've reset it, plus 14 now. Here we are with that on the top. So I'm going to walk towards the lines themselves and we'll see what happens. So here are those lines. About 50 feet. It should start to climb, which it is. Okay, so there we go. So we tripped into the high. Now, if I turn this to the side, we have come down now to around about plus 70, plus 60. If I go to the left, nearer, I think it's still peaking, isn't it? If I turn right the way away, now it's dropped down to about plus 50. And if I walk backwards, so where's the directionality of, well, this very poorly done little piece of metal there? I really don't know. It would need a better test. It needs something, you know, finer and probably longer to go on there. At the moment, that is peeking away nicely. So there we go, a few enjoyable tests there. I think the stars of the show are these LEDs. They've worked out really well. I'm very, very happy to have made those changes. The whole thing, yeah, I think that is the final version. I will be doing some more tests with storms and such, and I'll probably put that data on GitHub. But I hope you've enjoyed that one. We do actually have, if you can see behind, what looks to be another storm. There's another storm brewing, so I should be able to get some more data. I'll use both of these that I've made, and then I can correlate the two of those as well. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll hope to see you in another video.